West Coast Wrecking Crew, C4, here we go. Collar and elbow tie-up, Jorel Nelson forcing Rosas back into the corner. And a clean-ish break. Didn't really commit any violence to him in the corner, but just a little bit of disrespect. Not a surprise coming from the West Coast Wrecking Crew, especially considering how they greeted the fans tonight. Rosas forcing Nelson back. And Rosas just giving him a shove and saying, come on in. Both teams eager to redeem themselves here in Relentless Wrestling after losing to Dirty Work. Rosas breaking the grip of Jorel Nelson, now wrenching that left arm. And Jorel is just going to use a good old-fashioned punch to get out of that. Nice shoulder block meeting in the middle. Jorel psyching himself up. As it comes to weight, they're very similarly sized. Jorel is a little taller, a little lankier, but Rosas is tightly packed. Jorel changing the momentum, changing directions on Rosas, and takes him down. The crowd very much behind the duo of C4. Rosas drop down, goes a big hip toss on Nelson, and another one. Drop toe hold, gets him to the mat, floats over into a nice front face lock. Jorel smartly not staying on the mat, and Rosas wrenches the arm and drags him into the corner. First tag of the contest here to C4. Gonna see a double team here. Double hip toss there. Maybe a 1 count. And while there was nothing close to a pin, they were forcing Nelson to expel the energy necessary to kick out. And now Nelson just going to the eyes of classic Cody Chhun. And Nelson bringing in the big cut. Double knees in the corner. European uppercut from Isaacs, and just sends him into the boot of Jorel Nelson. And Isaacs dropping all that weight on the classic Cody Chhun. We've got to cover 2 count. And Chhun gets out of it. Isaacs taunting Rosas before giving him a cheap shot elbow, sending him off of the apron. Isaacs now is gonna make Chhun think about it. The strength on Isaacs, and maybe a couple of knees there from Chhun. Maybe he let him think about it too long. Chhun rolling under, clothesline, Manhattan drop, and a big drop kick right to the face of the Mile High Samurai. C4 now with the tag. Chhun sends Rosas in for a clothesline. Chhun following up with a big splash. Rosas lifting up Isaacs, and a nice kick to the gut it looked like from my vantage point. Sending him down. And Jorel not even gonna give Isaacs the opportunity to kick out. And with that distraction, Isaacs just throws Chhun halfway across the ring with that German suplex. West Coast Wrecking Crew now in firm control. And Isaac stomping away. Isaacs always looks in great shape, but he looks a little trimmer, which is not that he's ever had a problem with endurance, but that's only gonna help. And now, scooping him up. Double atomic drop. Nelson kicking out the leg, and a nice knee right into the rib cage of Rosas. Gets the 2 count. Nelson now just raining down punches onto the head of Red Hot Rosas. Now just straight up choking him in the ropes. And 2 boots right into the back. And Jorel feels pretty good in this moment. Taking some time to post. I said post, I meant pose. But he sort of posted up in that pose. Yeah, I goofed. It's all right. Big boot to the side of the head of Rosas. Just sending him all the way to the floor. Isaacs drops down. And now just stomping away on him on the floor. Sends Rosas into the chairs. Those front row fans wise to get out of the way when a charging Royce Isaacs is coming towards him. Nelson now setting Rosas up onto the top rope and gets him tied up in the tree of woe. And now just standing on his red hot, I'll say. Rosas still hung out to dry. And now Nelson doing the same thing. Rosas finally gets loose. Rosas is going to need some time to recover from that. Isaacs now just lightly kicking him in the head. And that might be a mistake, because Rosas is firing up with some chops and eats a clothesline from the massive arm of Isaacs. Rosas in the corner now, gets another clothesline and a big splash. Rosas whipped out into Isaacs. Isaacs scooping him up. Assisted Dominator. That could be it. Cody Chhun being very smart there. Coming in for the save. After a high impact move like that. I don't blame him. Super kick onto Isaacs. And with that, Chhun has given Rosas an opening. Chhun is the freshest man in the contest. He's been out on the apron the longest. Can Rosas get over to Chhun to make that tag? Yes, he can. And now Chhun in the ring. Shoulder block, sending both members of the West Coast Wrecking Crew down. And one-footed drop kicks to each of them. Chhun with a little Chhun-a-rooney, I'll call it. A little bit of a spin-a-rooney there. Leaping splash onto Isaacs. And now one for Nelson. Chhun is a house of fire here. Stinging jabs. Did not forget about Isaacs. Faked out Nelson for that DDT. But there is Isaacs again. The West Coast Wrecking Crew. So good at being able to divert attention. But it didn't work. Chhun broke out of the waistlock and hits that super kick. On to Royce Isaacs. And now Cody Chhun building up the momentum. Tope suicida through the middle rope. Now throwing Nelson into the ring. Chhun tried to bring Nelson up. Nelson standing switch. Got the O'Connor roll, and he's got the tights and gets the pin. Just like that. One slight slip up and one nefarious tactic later. and the West Coast Wrecking Crew are victorious.